Welcome back, Manchester United fans. Here are the 5 things we at the MEN learned from that 3-0 win over Leicester. In at number 5, David De Gea was absolutely excellent in that first half, especially today. He made some crucial saves, and there has been talk about maybe replacing the goalkeeper or finding a new goalkeeper to come in for David De Gea. However, after performances like that, can you really drop him or even change him? He's not signed a new contract. Do you give him that contract? Put it on the table, like Rio Ferdinand said. Give him that contract. But he was fantastic today. He really kept the United in the game when Leicester were on the front foot, and just before United scored their first goal. He showed the class that we have seen in his time at Man United, but less in recent years. He showed that class today. He was brilliant all game, and that first half, those couple of saves. In at number 4, Luke Shaw has been quietly fantastic since the World Cup. Since returning from the World Cup, Rashford's been taking all the headlines, basically. However, Luke Shaw has been quietly excellent on that left-hand side. He's been Manchester United's most consistent and best defender pretty much every game. He was excellent again today. Underrated performer in this Manchester United side of late. In the absence of Casemiro in midfield, he's really stepped up and doing the defensive duties as well as the attacking duties, whereas in the first half of the season, he had it a bit easier with Casemiro sat in front of him. He was really good today. He won't get any praise anywhere, but he fits that Ten Hag system fantastically at left-back. In at number 3 is Wout Weghorst is a complete anomaly. I have no idea what he's best at, what his skill set is. He was quite good today, but he's not scoring goals. He is a striker. He should be scoring a few more goals, realistically. Manchester United brought him in to score those goals and make the crucial impact that a striker needs to be making, and he's not doing that. He's playing as number 10, or even a false 9, dropping into midfield. And often Bruno Fernandes is more forward than Weghorst, and he's playing as a sort of midfielder. He does all the dirty work, he doesn't stop running, and he leaves it all out on the pitch, which is to be praised, really. But he's not scoring goals, and I don't really know what Manchester United have to do to fix that problem with Weghorst. He's a complete anomaly for a 6'6" striker. Ten Hag's got him playing, and Ten Hag's got Man United winning, so can we really complain? However, he's a complete anomaly in the way he plays, and he doesn't seem to fit in any of the boxes for a traditional striker. In at number 2, midfield woes again. Fred sometimes looks fantastic for Manchester United, and sometimes he looks like that, where he just didn't really do anything all game. It's upsetting to see, really, because he's got that talent, and he can do it, and then he's sat there not really making any impact on the game. Sabitzer was playing as the most defensive of the midfielders, with Fred slightly ahead of him, and Sabitzer's an attacking midfielder. In the Bundesliga, he was always an attacking midfielder for Leipzig, more of a box-to-box for Bayern Munich. However, he's never played as a defensive midfielder week in, week out for his club side. He's played there a couple of times for Bayern Munich, and he's played there a couple of times for Leipzig, but he was never a defensive midfielder. He always had an out-and-out defensive midfielder next to him, and that's not Fred. And Fred was pushing on today as Sabitzer's better in that defensive midfield role. We need to see Sabitzer next to Casemiro. We haven't seen it as a partnership yet, and it would be really nice to see that partnership. See what Sabitzer can bring to his game when Casemiro's there doing the defensive work next to him. Bruno Fernandes, however, was excellent again, and he really is a fantastic footballer, isn't he? Kobbie Mainoo came off the bench, which really shows the lack of depth that Manchester United have got in that midfield. However, Scott McTominay also came off the bench, and it looks like he's going to return to the fold. He's finally back from that injury. So, who knows? Manchester United might have a bit more depth in midfield in coming weeks, but there's still no depth really there. And in at number 1, and this is a controversial one, are Manchester United too reliant on Marcus Rashford? He scored again today, twice. Brilliant. He's fantastic. However, what happens when he gets injured? Where do Manchester United score any goals? Weghorst's not scoring, as I say. Sancho was good today, but he's not a consistent goal scorer like Rashford, and they don't really fit the same mould of a winger. Rashford is very much a goal-scoring winger. Sancho's much more chance creation, sort of getting into the right areas, but not really scoring the goals. Where did Manchester United score those goals to keep this sort of battling on 4 fronts? How do you battle on 4 fronts without an out-and-out striker? If Marcus Rashford's the only one scoring any goals, he could have got a hat-trick today, but Ten Hag took him off. But if he's the only one scoring any goals, where do Manchester United go to score and sort of battle on 4 fronts? Manchester United could come out of this season with 3 trophies, maybe even 4 trophies, unlikely, but there might be a title charge still there. Where do Manchester United score these goals that are going to be so important in especially getting through knockout games? You can draw in the Premier League if Marcus Rashford's out for a game. What do we do with Marcus Rashford now? He's not signed that contract. How much do you give him? Because he'll be £150 million to replace. He spent £100 million on Antony, and he's not to the same level of Marcus Rashford. So what are you expecting here? Manchester United will be held for a ransom if they try and go out and get a different winger who's doing the same job Marcus Rashford does. So what does the future hold for Marcus Rashford in this Erik ten Hag Man United side? So Manchester United fans, that was 5 things we learned from the game. What did you notice? Make sure to let us know in the comments, like and subscribe to this channel. Check out the Manchester News for all the best Manchester United coverage in the build-up to the Barcelona game, and see you next time.